Hey everyone, welcome back to Tone Chase Basement. So I was at the Guitar Summit 2025 in Mannheim a couple of weeks ago, and one of the absolute best booths I came across was from a brand I honestly didn't expect, Gordon Smith guitars. Now, I'd heard of them before, sure, but I never really dove into what they actually do, and that was a huge mistake because their guitars are insane. And yeah, I came home with one, this black and gold beauty right here, the Gatsby Deluxe. But not just me. Two of my good friends also got their own Gordon Smiths, these two beauties here. So today we are diving deep into three guitars and into the story behind the brand. But before we plug in and start playing, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, now let's talk about Gordon Smith, the brand. So Gordon Smith is one of those names that people either don't know at all, or if they know them, then they know that they are really so damn good. They've been building the guitars since the mid-1970s in the UK, and they're often called the British Gibson. Why? Because their guitars have the same raw, handcrafted rock and roll DNA, but with that British precision and no-nonsense attitude. Here's something a lot of people don't realize, that Gordon Smith has deep roots in the British punk and alternative scene. Back in the late 70s and 80s, when punk exploded in the UK, these were the guitars that ended up in the hands of working class musicians who wanted something real loud and built to survive the chaos and sweaty club stages. So bands like the Buzzcocks, the Jam and the Stranglers all had connections to Gordon Smith guitars. They became the go-to for that gritty, no-frills tone, and the kind of tone that doesn't care about flash or fancy tops, just attitude and reliability. So when you pick up a Gordon Smith, you're not just holding a guitar, but you're holding a piece of British music rebellion. And they actually have the largest guitar production facility in the UK. But here's the cool part. So every single guitar is hand-built by real luthiers there in the UK, of course, in Northamptonshire. So when you pick up any of these beautiful Gordon Smith guitars, you're literally holding an instrument born and built in the UK in a real workshop, not a mass imported line, no imports, no assembled in stuff. Every Gordon Smith is genuine made in Britain instrument. And nowadays that's just a huge bonus. And the kicker, they are shockingly affordable for what you get. So seriously, quality-wise, they punch way above their price range. They are easily above any standard line USA-made Fender or Gibson, but also many custom shops Fenders or Gibsons that cost like twice or three times as much. So the most important question is, what does a Gordon Smith guitar feel like? Well, that's really hard to describe until you hold one. They just have this immediate, real guitar vibe. They feel solid but light, resonant but comfortable. You can tell these are built by people who actually play guitars and not by people who just designed them in CAD software. And yet outside of the UK they are still a bit under the radar. You don't really see them much in European or US stores, and that's honestly a shame, but that's changing currently. A few years ago Gordon Smith was taken over by Auden Musical Instruments Company in 2015, if I recall correctly. And that's been a really good thing because it means more exposure, better production consistency and hopefully global distribution soon. So, because trust me, once people start trying these guitars, they'll definitely explode in popularity. So for any music store, it'd be a really good idea to get this brand on their radar. Also, if you visit their website, you can order and customize and spec out any model for yourself. And the best part is, you will not get some insane high unpayable price for it, but a very reasonably priced guitar. So please visit Gordon Smith website, link in the description. Now let's talk about the details, because this is where Gordon Smith truly shines. So all their guitars are handcrafted in the UK using top shelf tone woods, and hardware. So most of the hardware is from Gotoh. You can see these tuners here are Gotoh tuners. The bridges are generally high quality Korean made ones. And the electronics, they use CTS pots, quality switches, I think it's Switchcraft, not sure, haven't opened it. And the wirings, that's rock solid. So I have to show you guys these nicely done tidy wirings. I don't think I've seen better done jobs regarding wirings. But what really stands out are their pickups, because Gordon Smith finds their own. They are homemade pickups. You can see the Gordon Smith logo on them, and they make them right there in the UK workshop. Now, most of these pickups in these guitars are either P90s or humbuckers, and they use ceramic magnets. And before anyone says ceramic, so not as good as Alnico, not true. These ceramics are really high quality, open sounding, punchy, with a ton of clarity. In fact, compared to some boutique Alnicos I tried and have here on my walls and some guitars, they sound more alive. And there's one more thing that every Gordon Smith guitar has, is a brass nut. And that's kind of their signature move, and I absolutely love it. So you get this extra brightness and openness, a bit more sustain and a ton of harmonic richness. And it just adds that X factor that you don't get from plastic or bone. Alright, now let's go through these three guitars one by one. So this one right here is the Gatsby Deluxe. Just look at it in jet black gloss with gold hardware, just beautiful. The body is built from obishi wood, which is super lightweight, and when I say light, I mean light. I couldn't believe it the first time I picked it up, and it was just, you know, am I holding a guitar? The neck is roasted maple roasted bird's eye maple or whatever, with ebony fretboard, and of course with these gold Gotoh tuners and the bridge. Just look at that mix, the gold bridge with black saddles and the black humbucker with the gold pole pieces, it's just stunning. And also a fully gold P90, and this model was actually designed by Marshall. Yes, that Marshall, the company that makes these amps, and as a special Marshall themed one-off guitar for an exhibition or a summit or whatever. But people loved it so much that Gordon Smith decided to put it into regular production as the Gatsby Deluxe. It's got a humbucker in the bridge and a P90 in the neck, which gives that perfect versatility. For me, this is the best ever pickup combination for a guitar, in my opinion. And honestly, this guitar can do anything from jazz, punk, blues, rock, metal, you name it. It's one of the most comfortable offset guitars I've ever played, and it just feels alive in your hands. Next up, this beast here, the GS1-60 Legacy in TV yellow relic. So just look at this beautiful relic yellow guitar. My friend Nick picked it up, and honestly, I just get it why. The relic job on this thing is just perfect. So we actually met the young fellow that Joe who did it, and it was one of those moments where you realize that this isn't factory relicing, this is just art. So just look at those incredibly authentic looking relics, cracks, bumps, etc. Beautiful. Both the body and the neck are mahogany with an ebony fretboard, and that nitro checked relic finish, it's just unbelievable. The electronics are very simple as it gets. It's, you know, one dog ear P90 in the bridge and a wraparound bridge, so you know, just classic volume and tone. So yeah, very much Les Paul Jr. vibes, but honestly I think it does better because even though there's only one bridge pickup, the tone is so full and thick you don't even miss a neck pickup. It's raw, vintage, punchy and alive, and one of the most comfortable necks that I've ever played. It's not thin but not chunky, it's right in the middle, where it has just enough wood to sound thick, but you don't feel it as a thick neck. And the third one here is the Gatsby Standard in this beautiful drab olive satin finish, and visually it's just pure vintage offset goodness. It's got two P90s, an Obeshi body, maple neck and a rosewood fretboard, and that rosewood is dark, rich and classy, but the real jaw dropper here is the tremolo system, because it looks like your typical Jazzmaster trem, see it? But it's crazily stable. Like, how is it even possible stable? So Doug, the head of Gordon Smith, told us that they spent years perfecting it, and yeah, it shows. This is hands down the best offset trem system I've ever used. Even unplugged, this guitar rings beautifully. Warm, balanced, mellow, it resonates incredibly, and once you plug it in, it's just addictive. I totally get why the Gatsby is their most popular and sought after model. They've perfected every detail on it. It's modern but vintage, smooth but characterful. So yeah guys, complete honesty, Gordon Smith guitars absolutely blew me away. Before Guitar Summit I honestly didn't know much about them. Now I just can't stop talking about them. Each of these guitars has its own personality, The Deluxe Gatsby is refined and powerful, the GS1-60 is raw and vintage, and the olive drab Gatsby is just smooth and soulful. And the fact that they're all handcrafted in the UK, using top materials and still reasonably priced, it's just mind-blowing. So if you ever come across Gordon Smith and thought I've never heard of them, trust me, you've been missing out. Also, I had a short talk with Doug, who is the CEO at Gordon Smith at Auden, about their brand at the Guitar Summit, and you can watch it right here now. And Doug, would you tell us what's so special about Gordon Smith guitars?
Okay, so Gordon Smith, we're in our 51st year of manufacturing guitars in the UK.
Nice one.
We're about an hour and a half north of London. We've got a workshop with about 20 guys in it, and we bring in 6-7 meter lengths of timber at one end. And finished guitars go out the other end, and we do all our own pickup winding in-house, put the guitars together.
All the guitars are UK made?
All the guitars are completely UK made, including the electronics,
Nice.
all put together under the same roof in our Northamptonshire, England factory.
Nice, nice. And you have basic lines or standard lines, or all the guitars are made by custom specifications?
Okay, so we have a standard stock range of about maybe 15, 16 guitars, all in 3 or 4 different colorways. But then on top of that, we run a full custom shop option. So basically, anything you can imagine, we can build for you. There's only one thing that we don't change on any Gordon Smith. So every Gordon Smith has a brass nut.
That's a really nice touch.
And it's had a brass nut since 1974. You can change the color, you can change the pickups, you can change the hardware, you can change the timber. It still has a brass nut. That's the only non-negotiable.
Wow. Yeah, and it really gives that some kind of a high-end presence on the resonance of the guitar.
An openness, definitely, and a clarity of note. Absolutely, yeah.
I played a couple of these yesterday, and I was just blown away how they feel. I haven't plugged them in, but I at least felt how they feel in the hands, and that's more important, to feel the guitar. But what was the biggest shocker for me? The price of these guitars, because they are much more affordable than some other competitors in this handmade, custom-built class. So how do you achieve that?
We work hard. The first thing we do is we work hard. We very much run as a fairly tight ship, and we have a very talented team of people that work with us to make sure that we're making a product that's accessible to as many players as it possibly can be. We also we work hard on every element of the business, so making sure we're sourcing the parts at the right time. We do a lot of things in-house that maybe other companies wouldn't do in-house. That allows us to control the cost a little bit more. So we start, we don't buy in prepared billets. We start with 7 meter lengths of timber, and we process it in-house. We make our own pickups in-house. We do, so all of that.
Cost effectiveness.
It's all cost effective, and it all allows us to make the guitars available at the most accessible price point we can.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
So you'll be seeing these guitars soon as well on the channel. Nick, the friend of mine who's got the GS1 yellow guitar here, he'll come over to me and we'll just, sit down, jam and talk about Gordon Smith guitars, how they feel. So please stay tuned and check out our next video where we jam a little on these guitars as well. Let me know in the comments, have you ever played or seen a Gordon Smith guitar? Would you like to try one? And because after this experience, I think the world really needs to hear more from these guys. And if you enjoyed this video, of course, classic, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, see you in the next one. And remember, the perfect tone is always just within reach.